Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Ben Rider. Today we're testing out the Yamaha MT-07. This is the model year 2021. It has already the Euro 5 compliance, so I think the engine or the exhaust is a little bit more quiet. Also the power has been reduced by 2 horsepower, I believe, so it has 73 horsepower now. It used to have, I think, 2 more. The Newton meter is 67, I believe, and that's pretty high actually. And I am testing today the 48 horsepower version for A2 license, and so far I'm very happy. I do like it very much. It seems to be very sporty in every aspect, in the brakes, the shifting, and the acceleration everything seems to be really sporty. So on the left hand side we have the passing light switch is in the front. Then we have the high beam, low beam switch here. Then we have a trip, the info button here for the display. I will show you later. We have the horn here. We have a turn signal switch here. Easily to operate, no problems there. And on the right hand side we have the kill switch, on off switch, and also it already has the starter switch included, which I do like. And we have a hazard switch here, and of course we have the gas, the throttle, we have the brake lever for the front brake, which is adjustable in 5 positions, and that's about it. So let's get to the display. On the side we have all the indicator lights as usual. On top we have the RPM counter. In the middle we have the speedometer. On the right hand side down below we have the gear indicator. In the middle we have the odometer, which this value you can actually switch around. We have the fuel capacity down below. In the middle down below we have the clock, and we also, I already told you about the gear indicator. So let's switch around the display a little bit. We can switch it from odometer to trip 1, trip 2, actual fuel consumption, average fuel consumption, the temperature of the coolant, and the outside temperature, and that's about it. You have ABS naturally. You do not have traction control on this bike. Yes, we're now back here on the Yamaha MT-07, and it is really a joy to ride. It is a sporty little sports cannon. And from sitting on it, first sitting on it, you feel right at home. The display is nice, you can see everything clearly. You know, this is white on black. Usually I don't like it because of the contrast, but this is clearly white on black, not gray or something. And so it's easily visible in all of the lighting conditions. The seat, yeah, seems firm, but I think for 200-300 kilometers just about right, no problem there. The mirrors, yeah, also you can see everything. This is no problem, standard Yamaha mirrors. And yeah, so from as I said, from sitting on it, you feel right at home. Somehow you get this Street Fighter feeling when you sit on it, because of the tank, because of the different headlight now. You can, I see the 4 screws in the front, they're very dominant, so I assume you can actually attach a windscreen on it, which probably looks even nicer. And yeah, the riding is very, very sporty. You know, the gear shifting is, everything is kind of hard, yet feels very sporty. Also, you have to get used to the clutch, because the clutch engagement is in the upper portion of the clutch. So you know, if you're not used to it, like my Kawasaki is a bit different on this one in this respect. It's much easier with a clutch. You have to get used to it first, and of course on a test ride you might feel kind of, it might feel kind of strange, you know. But anyways, yeah, it seems like a very nice bike. The one before, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago or something, I test rode a different MT-07, and I did not really like this, but this one really is nice. It feels very, very responsive, very nice, agile. This one is the A2 version, meaning it has 48 horsepower. I think a lot of dealers do this. This is also for renting, to, you know, to catch more people who are interested, you know, with A2 license or A license. Naturally, if they don't have so many bikes, or the selection is not that big. Also in this year they have new tires. So this is, as I said, the 2021 model. I'm sure the 22 is only differs in the colors, but the big changes they actually made in 2021 with this one here. Front, you know, front light, and now everything is LED. That was really, really necessary, and I complained about this for a long time. Everything on the bike now is LED. That is very nice. It's still very pure and basic. We don't have traction control, but you know, this is what it's like. Naturally, this is the MT-07. Everybody likes it that way, and if they would put it in there, of course, you know, it would be more expensive, I'm sure. Yeah, so we have basic ABS here as a standard in Europe. It is always standard. It is very sporty. It is kind of twitchy, the throttle once again, but maybe it's better to have it a little bit twitchy, and maybe it's also dependent on the 48 horsepower version than a throttle which is too slow. I remember when I went onto the Triumph Trident 660, or it doesn't matter, Trident or the what was the other Street Triple also, the throttle response was fairly slow, but this one is very, very quick, so it gives you an impression of sportiness, you know. And yeah, that is definitely nice. Also, I think the disc brakes in the front, they actually raised them, they made them bigger a little bit. What else do we have? We have, yeah, as I said, new tires. We have new tires. We also have we have 120, I think, in the front, and 180, which is pretty cool looking, these bigger tires. and 180 in the rear. I can give you my verdict already. Maybe we can actually make it shorter this time, because I really do like this bike, and it's definitely a good buy, I would say, you know, at a good deal. I think here in Spain it costs 7,099 plus registration, so add another 200 or 250 euro for that. But yeah, so for 7,374 you get a very nice bike. I think also, you know, a lot of younger people like this. Okay, if I had found my horn, I would have honked on him or her. But hey, okay, today we're very nice, and I did not. Yeah, this is definitely kind of a street fighter. Maybe not so much for the city, you know, because I wanted to point out that the clutch lever is still fairly hard to engage compared to Kawasaki or so. But all in all, you know, for the country roads, it is just a joy. Even in 48 horsepower, you know, it is just a joy to ride. Yeah, if you're wondering about the technical specs, technical data, I'm not really so much into that on explaining this to you on this channel, because I put my focus here on how it rides, how I feel on this bike, you know, as a not so young rider anymore, and I have basically only a very little riding experience. So maybe if you're in the same boat, then you can relate to this better. I have my driving license here for the bike only for I don't know, 3 years or something, so you know, pretty fresh. And so of course experienced riders, they are just laughing about me, but I really do like this bike, you know. Yeah, it's also the handlebars are a little bit wider than the previous version. I think 1.5 centimeters or something. So that makes a big difference on being more responsive in the corners, the handling, and the agility of it. You know, it is much better. That's all I can say about this wonderful MT-07. I do like it now. Before, as I said, I did not really like it that much, but I'm really getting into it, and it is really nice. And the looks are, for me at least, I would definitely dig it. I would definitely buy it because I do like it. I also I like the front. You know, a lot of people argue about the new front with the one LED light, and it looks like a cyclope, you know. But for me, it is different. I like it, and everything different usually I like. Not everything, but some of the things. And I really do like it. And it has a lot of power from down below. 67 Newton meters in the full version. Not sure how much it has in the 48 horsepower version. And I can highly recommend it to anyone in the market for an A2 bike with A2 license, or you know, as a full version where it has 73 horsepower, so it has a bit more than the Kawasaki Z650, which has 68. From the sound wise, to be honest, I would actually go for the Z650, but I only tried out the 2021 model, and I think it still had the Euro 4, so you know, you cannot really compare it, to be honest. But if the 2022 model of the Z650 sounds the same, then I would go for if you're into the sound, then I would go for the Z650, because I really like the sound. But here basically you don't hear anything because of the new compliance regulations. So you know, you basically don't hear anything anymore. And I don't know what the Soundcheck will say, but when you ride it, you don't hear that much anymore. And on the Z650 it was much nicer. But yeah, we'll see when we test out the 2022 model. Anyways, this is my test ride of the Yamaha MT-07 2021 with Euro 5 compliance already. Thanks very much for watching. This is Ben Ride out. Take care. Bye bye.